Don't want to fix it alone? Call RVFix to get virtual assistance from a master technician today.
Hi, this is Kevin with RVFix. Today we're going to be talking about changing a water pump. So if you have come to the conclusion that you have a bad pump, it's turning on good power and ground, it's not sucking any water through, you've already tried priming the pump and it still just doesn't seem to be sucking, or say if it got cracked from freeze damage or something like that, and you're wanting to swap it out, we're just going to give you a quick demo on this fifth wheel. The water pump in your unit might be located somewhere different. This is just for this specific one, is going to be in this front storage compartment up here. So the first things first, you're going to want to locate your pump. If it's still turning on, one of the easiest ways to do that is to actually flip the pump on and listen for it. So even if it's not sucking water, a lot of the times you will get a little bit of a hum out of the water pump when it's on. Usually that's one of the easiest ways to track it down if you're unsure of where it's at. This pump, like I said, it's located right inside this compartment right in here. There's 4 screws that hold the pump down, and then we're going to have a couple water lines hooked to it. There also will be, depending on your brand of water pump, a couple different ways they hook up. This brand, my water fittings just screw onto here, just hand tight fittings. There are some brands that are quick connects that you pop on and off of there, but for this C-Flow today, we just have our water lines that just hand screw on this guy. So we can start by just loosening these up. Get these screws out of the way. Okay. Once you got your pump nice and free, this one actually has a little bit more room to work with. So we can kind of bring it out here and make it a little bit easier. So on one side of your pump, this is going to be your intake side with that plastic strainer. It's not a filter or anything like that. It's just strains debris out from your fresh water tank, depending on where you filled up at. While doing the pump, this is actually one thing you can check if these get plugged up. Sometimes they won't let your pump suck through there either if those strainers get pretty plugged up on you. But taking them off, like I said, on this model, it's just going to unscrew off of here. And most likely, you're going to get some water back out of these water lines if you've tried running anything through it or you've had it pressurized on city water. So we got that intake side off, or the out intake, and then we can do our output. And if those are on there too tight for you to do hand tight, you can get, a pair of channel locks or something like that to grab onto them. You just want to be careful of chewing up that plastic fitting right there. And like I said, those just unscrew off of there. Just tucking that out of the way so it doesn't keep leaking on us. And then the only other thing on this trailer, our connections are actually done with what are called a Wago connection. A lot of the newer units are using these. To take this pump out, we just lift up that latch. That loosens the wire in there, and we just pull it right out of there. So there's our water pump completely removed, and we would just take our new one, and we're just going to do the exact opposite of what we just did right there. So we take our power wire, our little lever's unlocked on there still. Stick it in the connector, snap it down, and we do the same thing with our ground wire. All right, take it, snap it in. Our wiring is hooked up right now. If it doesn't have Wago connectors, if it's an older unit, a lot of the times you're going to see bell caps or butt connectors, which in that case you would need, a pair of stripper crimpers to actually, cut your wires off at that connection. And then when you're hooking up your new pump, you would need a new bell cap or butt connector to redo your connections when you're hooking up the water pump back to power. So now that the pump is wired back in, we're just going to take our water lines, output side, and it honestly doesn't really matter which way you hook these up first, just whatever's easiest with the access that you have to your pump. And sometimes it might be easier to hook the strainer back up first without the hose on there, because the hose by itself is a little bit easier to maneuver around. And in case you're wondering as well, which way should be the input and the output, most of these pumps are going to be marked with an arrow on them. It indicates which way the water flows through there for when you're hooking your water lines back up. Some of them will have the arrow on top of the head of it right here. This style just has it right on the front of the pump. And a lot of the times you can just disconnect these while the pump is sitting in there. It just taking the strainer off there is not enough room while it was tucked back in there. So we get everything nice and tight. And we're going to stick it back in its hole and try to find the original screw holes it was in is going to make it a little bit easier. So I'm just going to line that back screw up with that back screw hole that was already there. Get that one started. All right, and like I said, generally speaking, there is 4 screws that hold them down. You'll just remount your 4 screws on there, turn your water pump on, and test it.
Thanks for watching. If this video didn't solve your problem, don't worry, we're here to help. Give us a call at 1-844-66-RVFix. We'll diagnose your issue quickly with a master technician on a video call, get any parts and warranty processed, and if needed, we'll coordinate a service center or mobile technician to get you fixed. We'll handle it all so you can get back to camping.